Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made, so let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm Pastor Mary Ann Kellenbach, pastor at Living Faith Church, which is located in the Community of Tradition in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And today is Wednesday, March the 3rd. On this day and in this entire week, we have been focusing on love and God's unconditional love for us. And we're focusing on what God has spoken to us, right? What has Jesus said to us? And one of the things that Jesus told us that we are to do is that we are to love the Lord our God with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our mind, and that we are to love our neighbors as ourselves. And how do we know that God said that? Well, it's in Matthew, and it's in chapter 22. The Pharisees were coming to Jesus and trying to trick Jesus by asking the question, which commandment in the law is the greatest? And there are 10 commandments that God had given to Moses, but all of them boil down to two, because the first three are focused on love of God, and then 4 through 10 are focused on love of neighbor when you look at all of them. Verse 3 focused on love of God, and then 4 through 10 is all about love for the other and the ways in which we love the other, right? We don't speak badly. We don't take things from them. We don't murder them. These are all acts of love. So how does Jesus ask this Pharisee who's coming to test him and to trick him? He answers this way. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest and the first commandment, and a second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. What the prophets had been saying all along is what hangs on these two. So it's pretty easy to remember, not so easy, perhaps, for us to enact. That could be the very difficult part. And in fact, that is the hard part. And in this season of Lent, it's what we're called to focus back on. What is it that God has called us? When God told us to listen to Jesus, what are those things that Jesus is saying? One of which, and probably one of the most important of which, is to love. And so on Monday, we talked about loving God and why we're called to love God. And today we're going to talk about, loving each other and just how difficult that can be. But as we start to come into understanding love, we begin to understand that loving of the other has to do with the fact that God loves us first, and God loves the other. And so therefore we're called in to be in a community of nothing but love. One of my favorite songs that the kids absolutely love at camp, and if you ask any kid, just about any kid who has gone to a Bible camp, certainly our kids that have gone to Luther Springs, what they will tell you, one of their favorite songs, is what they call the milk song. But it's also known as Love the Lord. And so the words are love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your mind and all your soul and all your strength, and love each other. And you're going to hear that song at the end of our devotion time together. But here is some of the words that are sung. We've got Christian lives to live. We've got Jesus' love to give. We've got nothing to hide. Because in him, in Jesus, we all have love. And the kids will sing, instead of singing, we all have love, which they'll say, we all have milk. And, drink your milk, it does a body good. Well, we're talking about love. We're talking about that which makes us strong, makes us grow in our faith. It's the milk of our soul, love. So listen to this song now. I challenge you to ask any of our kids that have gone to camp, or any child, pretty much, if they know the milk song, they'll say it's the milk song. And here is where they learn the verses about loving the Lord your God and love others as you would love yourself. So hear this song, Be That Love, today, and I'll see you tomorrow.